Hello, good evening. This is Business on Joy News Prime. I am Beverly Broom. Ghana has made significant progress on all the key targets under the IMF program. That's the verdict of the IMF ahead of the country's first program review next month. The following report has more.
In a question and answer update on the program by the IMF, the fund maintained that on all the major benchmarks under the program, Ghana has made significant progress. One can talk about restoring macroeconomic stability, laying the foundation for higher and more inclusive growth. On the monetary side, the IMF also praised the Bank of Ghana when it comes to measures taken to control inflation, as well as full implementation of the zero financing of government. The IMF also welcomed what it described as a solid plan that the Bank of Ghana has designed to ensure that there is financial sector stability. The IMF again revealed that government is making some significant progress when it comes to reaching a deal with the external creditors, when it comes to restructuring their debt after concluding the domestic debt exchange program. For some analysts, this verdict by the IMF may give some strong indication that Ghana may be able or is on track to pass this IMF program review. This could pave the way for the release of some $600 million to Ghana before the end of this year.
Meanwhile, economist Dr. Patrick Esumi is of the view that the assertion that Ghana has chalked success under the IMF program is too early to determine, as moves to reduce the country's debt and manage the currency and inflation only looks good in the books of government but has worsened the living conditions of the ordinary Ghanaian.
I don't see much that is refreshing about that. I think, in essence, the statement is what you expect. You also get a sense that the IMF is fishing for success stories because the program has just started. The program was approved and the implementation started in May. And within that time, I'm not sure that how much success, even though you have to understand that some of the preconditions, that were implemented may contribute to whatever we are seeing. But I think it's too early to start blaming any success that the program is shocking.
But from your own observations, do you think the answers provided by the IMF represents the situation on the ground?
So in terms of the IMF is using a very specific criteria to see, or the project has specific objectives. All these objectives are intended to clean government books and make sure that the public finances are sustainable through the debt sustainability, ensure that macroeconomic stability. Now, if you look at what we have done so far to bring down the debt and also to try and manage the currency and inflation, it looks good on the books. It looks okay on the books of government. But we have to question at what expense those things have come. So at the moment, in terms of what we've done so far, what it has done for government finances, it stabilized it a little bit. But it has come at the expense of, worsen business environment for businesses. And to some extent, it has also worsened the current living conditions of Ghanaians. So, in terms of what we are achieving or what we are supposed to have done for ordinary Ghanaians, it definitely has made the living conditions.
Now, the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission has assured members of the Ghana Hotels Association that it will address concerns about increases in water and electricity tariffs. The PURC has announced an increase in electricity and water tariffs by 4.22% and 1.18% respectively, effective September 1, 2023. Members of the Ghana Hotels Association embarked on a protest march after briefing the press today. Speaking to the media after engaging the association, the Director of Water Services and Performance Monitoring at the PURC, Emmanuel Fiati, said the concerns will be addressed.
Members of the Ghana Hotel Association have petitioned the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission over the recent increases in electricity and water tariffs. The PURC announced an increase in electricity and water tariffs by 4.22% and 1.18% respectively, effective September 1st, 2023. President of the association, Dr. Edward Akanyame Jr., addressed a news conference before the petition was presented.
Referring specifically to 1. The actions and inactions of the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission that has created huge debts for hotels. Our grievance against the PURC started in January 2023 when they announced an 8.3% upward adjustment in water tariff effective 1st February 2023. This adjustment implied an increase in water tariff from approximately 11.2 Ghana cedis per cubic meter of water to approximately 12.3 Ghana cedis. However, when hotels received their water bill for February 2023, their tariff per cubic meter of water was 30 Ghana cedis, indicating a whopping 167% increase as against the 8.3% announced by the PURC. The Ghana Hotels Association immediately petitioned the PURC in a letter dated 15th March 2023 to correct the perceived error in the billing. The PURC responded promptly to the association's petition in a letter dated the same day, 15th March, and attempted to justify the 167% increase as part of an ongoing restructuring of Ghana Water Company Limited consumer categories. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, dissatisfied with the PURC's response, the association petitioned the PURC again in a letter dated 23rd March 2023 with a hint to picket at the PURC office if the perceived erroneous billing of hoteliers was not addressed.
Members of the Ghana Hotels Association who were present shared their grievances.
The taxes we are paying is too much, and especially the water tariffs that we've just received is astronomical. It's affecting our businesses. The electricity that we pay.
So initially, how was it, the water tariffs? Let's get to that.
It was, they increased it in February 8%.
Just this February?
Yes. Then March, it went to 30%. Now it's gone 167%. We are sending a final petition to them. If we don't get any favorable response, we shall send our protest to Parliament.
But we were paying at a certain rate. But we don't know the kind of system they've put in place. And now the rates have quadrupled and gone beyond.
With no explanation?
With no explanation. No, like you've improved the area or you've put in certain things that enhance the standard of the area. Nothing. The same area, the same problem. But just they've been able to come up with some computer systems that once you log in, then it just pop up. And I think they are also doing another disservice to us. Hotels are hospitality industries. We are not commercial ventures. We don't sell like a shop.
Director of Water Services and Performance Monitoring at PURC, Fiate Emmanuel, received the petition.
You've seen, I've just received the petition. I've not read it, so I don't know the content of it. Tariffs has not been increased for the businesses. We are here to mediate between consumers and the service providers. So these are consumers. They brought a petition. We'll look at it and mediate between them.
The Ghana Hotel Association says the action is as a wake-up call to the government and ministries and agencies to pay more attention to some of the issues confronting the hotel industry to ensure its sustenance and growth. For Joy News, Jacqueline Ansuma Yeboah.
Now, the next pricing window of petroleum products is a few days ahead. Already, there are some indications that prices at the pumps may remain unchanged. But Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, Duncan Amwa, is projecting a slight upward adjustment of 5 pesos. He spoke earlier on Business Live.
I would have wished that we were convinced by close of day tomorrow as to what the final numbers from the BDC are likely to be. The figures we have, it could be a slight adjustment upward. Again, we would also not be surprised that there's no adjustment and that prices could remain stable, due largely to what the price stabilization, the deregulation program could all of us. So, marginally, you will be looking at 5-10 peso increment as of today. But then once you have a market that has a lot of good competition, there's every indication that prices may be sustained at the current levels that they are now. What I can say quickly is that international markets continue to be high. We've not seen any decline in benchmark figures. So FOB prices that for this window we're hovering around 960. As we speak, you could be doing 972, 973. It is some significant upward adjustment, but not too significant to probably cause the kind of upward increment that we have seen in the past. So potentially, you see some few pesos added, or prices could equally be stabilized. But I'm certain that we would get some final figures with the BDC in the close of business tomorrow.
Now, commenting on the cylinder recirculation model set to be rolled out come Friday, September 1, Duncan Amwa squashed claims that the Ghana card will be the only document required for the registration process of the policy. He's optimistic that the rollout will not change the market's dynamics.
Well, it would interest you to note that we just had another session with the NPA today, this morning, where the rollout was spelled out, the modalities of the rollout. One of the things that clearly has been answered to is the issue of the Ghana card controversy. Earlier, there were media reports that clearly you would need the Ghana card alone to be able to access LPG beyond the rollout. Truth is that the current LPG setup, where you can pick your gas bottle to any of the outlets and be able to buy LPG, it's not going to be phased out immediately. So you will still be able to access gas from the LPG outlet.
Now, Total Energies Ghana PLC has begun a distribution exercise of about 3,000 crash helmets to commercial motorcycle riders across the country under the Helmet for Life initiative. The initiative aims to raise awareness among riders on the principles of road safety, particularly wearing of helmets. There's more in this report.
As part of its corporate social responsibility, Total Energies PLC launched the Helmet for Life initiative. About 100,000 crash helmets will be distributed across 3 continents: Africa, Asia, and America. The distribution exercise began at Dakuma in Accra, where about 200 motorcycle riders received free helmets. Here's Managing Director of Total Energies Marketing Ghana PLC, Olufemi Babajide.
This is part of our company's corporate social commitment to road safety in Ghana. It's not just in Ghana. We are actually doing this across 40 countries in the whole world, which is across about 3 continents, from Africa to Asia and also the Americas. In Ghana, yes, we'll be giving out about 3,200 helmets for life. And we are doing this across 6 locations. So we are starting in Accra, we move to Aflao, we move to Kumasi, and we end at Tamale.
Director General of the Motor, Traffic and Transport Department, COP Francis Doku, lauded the initiative and urged all motorcycle riders to adhere to road safety measures.
When the information about today's event came up to me, I was overwhelmed, because all along we have been looking for opportunities like this so we can get the riders together, educate them, give them the support that they need in order that they will ride safely on our roads. This campaign that has been dubbed Helmet for Life is a very good initiative. I will appeal to other individuals and benevolent organizations with safety as one of their core values to get on board and support in whatever way they think they can do so we can make the roads safe.
Now, the University of Ghana Business School says it is poised to provide quality business education to support national development and economic growth. According to the Dean for the school, Professor Justice Bawale, the school will continue to develop strategic measures to bridge the gap between academia and industry. He spoke to Joy Business at a donation by its 1973 year group.
Donation of the security surveillance system by the 1973 year group is to support academic work of the school. Professor Bawale called for more support from other alumni to reach out to the school to aid in supporting other projects.
We are very particularly happy about this because this is coming from an old year group, 1973 year group. They've been out of here for 50 years. All of them are pensioners. But they have found it extremely important to support us with this project. And for me, this speaks volumes that even people who are on pension and are struggling with their pension funds are still able to come through to help the university, to help the business school. For me, it tells me that a lot more of our younger alumni can do more to support the school, to be able to keep the numerous young people that we now have as a result of the burgeoning youth population in our admissions.
Some alumni explained their rationale behind the project.
Well, the school has done a lot for us. Most of us took our education here, graduated, and then went into business. Most of us are successful business people. Most of us are professors in universities. And so because of that, we decided to give back to the school.
Yeah, just as my colleague, my classmate has just said, we revere the school. We do think about this school quite a lot. And when our 50th anniversary came up, despite all the little bits and pieces that have been done already, we decided to do a formal presentation. So we've done that today. It's not the end of the road. It's for us now to sit and think about what else is needed.
The University of Ghana Business School says it is poised to providing quality education.
We unveil this in the name of God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Access Bank Ghana and auditing firm Deloitte has signed a memorandum of understanding to build the capacity of 10,000 small and medium enterprises, as well as help trade associations within a one-year period. The agreement will enable Access Bank provide affordable funding to expand the operations of small businesses in the country. Here's more.
Small and medium enterprises in Ghana face challenge in securing capital as well as having access to capacity building. Due to this, Access Bank Ghana and Deloitte have signed a memorandum of understanding to build capacity of 10,000 SMEs in Ghana. The support will be in cash and capacity building to support SMEs expand their businesses. Speaking to Joy Business, the Chief Finance Officer of Access Bank Ghana, Michael Jabat, said the partnership will bring change in the SME space.
So this partnership largely with between Access Bank and Deloitte is to really position us in a way that beyond the financial services, beyond the loans, beyond the advances that we are able to provide to SMEs to scale their business, Deloitte also comes in on the back of the technical assistance in terms of capacity building. You know, SMEs make up over 80% of our economy. That's become a cliche we speak all over the place. But at the end of the day, we believe that we have to go to the next level and make sure that beyond the financing, there's also that capacity building, accounting services, financial services, governance, and all of that. We believe that the two should go hand in hand if we are able to tell you if you want to take SME business or to take SME support to the next level. At Access Bank, we've been doing this over the past few years, and we believe that over the 170,000 SMEs we've been able to support since coming into this market, we should be able to take it to the next level.
Country Managing Partner Deloitte Ghana, Daniel Kojo-Owusu, said the exercise is an exciting journey that would empower small businesses. According to him, businesses are struggling to have access to capital.
So just as we said during the signing, so Deloitte is a big global firm. We are the biggest professional service firm with significant knowledge in accounting, with technology, with strategy, with budgeting, and the rest of the things. So what we are seeking to bring, we are coming with the knowledge. Access Bank has the fund to support. But you know, the SMEs that we have, some of them, even how they keep their basic records, some of them may never have even prepared their financial statement before. And what we are seeking to do is to start with the basic financial statement preparation, basic records keeping. How can we keep this together so that we can tell the story of what you have done and what you are able to do for the future?
That's how we wrap up business tonight. For more business news, you can log on to myjoyonline.com/business. I'm Beverly Broom. Sports is